We all know a person or two that keep saying that shooting RAW is the only way to go. It's what the quote-unquote professionals do. And we also know people that do the opposite. People that say that you're only a real photographer if you shoot JPEG, or arguments like I don't have time to sit down and edit, or it's just easier, faster. But which one is correct for you? Spicy topic. Hi, my name is Jorge. Welcome. In this channel we merge creativity and productivity to try to live a more fulfilling life. In a previous video we talked about the X-T3 and how, in my opinion, is the best bang for the buck of 2020. So I wanted to do a quick and short video about the files. Fuji RAW and JPEG. What do I think? Which one is right for you? Let's talk about it. The Fujifilm cameras are known for having great color science, or Fuji colors. Film simulations are a great way to let the camera handle the processing and just focus on shooting, exposing, getting the actual photograph. But are you missing out on the quality of your photos if you only shoot JPEG? Are you missing out in the film simulations if you only shoot in RAW? I decided to grab some of my Banff photos from my X-T3 and some of my Tokyo and Osaka photos from my X100F to put the RAW and the JPEG photos side by side and do a quick grade and compare. Let's take a look. Alright, let's take a look at my old X100T files. Here we have the JPEG with classic chrome, and we have the RAW file. We're going to apply the film simulation to the RAW file. We're also going to do a light edit. This is what it looks like edited, and the RAW file as well, side by side. Now let's take a look at a newer camera, the X100F. Here's a JPEG with the Acros film simulation and the RAW file. We're going to apply the Acros film simulation of the RAW file, and we're going to do a light edit as well. And here's the JPEG edited, and the RAW file edited, and the side by side. And last but not least, the X-T3. This is the JPEG Classic Chrome and the RAW file. We're going to apply the film simulation to the RAW file, and we're also going to do a light edit and bring the highlights down. Now in this case there's a clear difference in the highlights because it was not exposed properly, so it was the operator's mistake. But we can really see the difference between the highlight retention between the RAW and the JPEG files. So, RAW files contain more information and it can be a bit more flexible when recovering highlights and shadows and fixing mistakes, but it always requires post-processing time, sitting down on your laptop or your iPad to edit your files. It also requires you to be mindful about your storage. SD cards, portable drives, SSDs, since RAW files can be quite a bit larger than JPEGs. For example, I had to take about 370 shots to get this shot for a department store in Osaka. That's a lot of files, they're all in RAW, a lot of space wasted, and I ended up going with the JPEG anyway, so it might seem like JPEGs are just a lesser file. Less latitude, more noise and grain, and the colors are just compressed into the image. However, and this is my favorite part, JPEG files make you more mindful about your shooting conditions. Exposure, shadows, highlight, color, and focus obviously. This is my main focus when shooting manual and doing street photography, and it can be quite a reward when you shoot everything properly, when you get the look that you want in camera and you don't have to really sit down in Lightroom or Capture One or whatever your software of choice is to edit the files. It's a bit of an achievement. You got what you wanted because you were mindful about your shooting conditions, you understood the limitations of the JPEG format, but you did it anyway. People will say that if you're a professional, you have to choose one over the other. What makes you a professional photographer? Is it the gear, fancy equipment, lots of followers, or the fact that you get paid for your work? Most of my professional work in Japan, meaning photos that I got paid for, are mainly JPEG. 90% of the photos going into my photo book are JPEG as well. If you prefer one over the other, you can still have peace of mind that whatever happens to your files, you'll still have the other format, at least for posterity. Why not shoot RAW and JPEG at the same time? Personally, I prefer the JPEG files, but I always shoot RAW and JPEG. I like the satisfaction of being able to achieve the look that I wanted in camera by really going with manual settings, or at least knowing exactly how to operate the settings to get the best results possible. So those are my thoughts on FujiFiles. If you're interested in learning how to edit files in either Lightroom or Capture One, then leave a comment down below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. There's a lot more ideas I'd like to explore together. Thank you very much for watching, for giving me your time and your energy, and good luck with your creative process.